Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi and today we are going to discuss about the array slicing. Yes, we are going to discuss about array slicing. So basically what we have heard till now is that we do a string slicing, right? We have seen a string slicing techniques in basically which we do for obtaining a substring, right? So these were the things which we were doing using the strings. Now the same thing applies in array also. In array also we have a technique that is slicing. So what is this slicing in array? We just extract some numbers from this array. Okay. Let's see some examples for that, and after that you will be just get a clear idea for the slicing techniques, right? So firstly, I would be explaining you about the numbers and all that things. Okay. Let's take the pen and let's start writing for that. So here I would be just writing the heading, and that is slicing. Now I was just telling you about that, about the positive indices, like negative index. Okay, then we just move towards that. Okay, now here what I need to just tell you is that, let's say we just first discuss about the 1D array. Okay, so basically in the previous video what we have seen, just let me show you that thing also. So yeah, this was the thing which we have seen. We have just seen about the indexing, right? How we do indexing for 1D and 2D arrays, right? Now we are going to see about the slicing technique in today's one. So it's a 1D array, okay? I have just written 1D array. And now let's first discuss about the syntax. Okay, so syntax for doing the slicing. The syntax is, firstly what I need to do is that I need to write array name. Okay, let's say I would write array underscore name, right? So firstly I need to write the array name. Then next what I have, the syntax is same as the string. Suppose firstly I need to write the start. Okay, then I would put a colon, then I would write the end, and then again I would put a colon, and here I would write a step. Okay, so I would write a step. So this is what is this is the syntax for writing the slicing and doing the slicing in the array. So this one is the same as we were just dealing previously, and we have seen all these things in the string slicing as well, right? Now let's move towards the example. Let's say I take a array, and okay, let's not start from here, let's start from a little down so that I can just get a little space to write the thing. Okay, let's say this I am just making an array here, right? Now let's take a red color and let's divide it in some, you can say, some numbers, right? Let's say I'll be writing 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. I'll be going from decreasing order. I was writing descending order. Okay, first I would be writing the largest, then the smaller than that, then smaller than that, then smaller than that, and at last smallest one. So this is the way I would be writing. And as we have just discussed in the indexing, that's what we were doing. We were just writing 0. Indexing from here starts with the positive and starts with 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if you want to do the negative ones, what we were doing, we were starting from here. Okay, -1, -2, it's -3, -4 and then -5. So you are basically doing the things like this: 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the negatives, right? This was about the 1D array. Now this is I just told you how we make 1D array and how we do the indexing. So this is the main thing about the slicing, that this is the syntax for writing the slicing technique and doing the slicing technique. Now let's go to PyCharm and let's have a practical demonstration for all the things, right? Now, as I always told, I always tell you that if you want to just import, use Numpy library, so first you need to import that, right? So I'll be writing import Numpy as NP. So this NP is basically a short form, right? Now what I will be doing, I will be making an array. Okay, A is equal to np dot array, right? And now in brackets I would be just giving a one-dimensional array, and I would be giving the same array which we have just taken before. Okay, that would be 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So this was the array which we have just given in the example, which we have seen manually, right? And now I will be printing that array. So I just repeat all these steps in my every video so that you just do not forget that how to initialize the array and basically how to print that. Okay, so this is how we print, and here we get the output. Now if I want to just perform some string slicing techniques, so what I would do, I would write print. And what was the syntax? Syntax was write the array name. So my array name is A. Then what was that? It was to put the large brackets, right? I would do that. Then I would write the start one. Okay, so start was, let's say, 1. I want to start it from 1 and end at 4. Now, when I'm gonna run this one, so the output which I would be getting is 432. Now, what is the case here? I had just written that I want to go from 1 till 4. So, okay, just let's go to OneNote. Okay, here we are, and just let me take my pen, right? So, I have written that I want to go from 1 to 4, right? I want to go from 1 to 4. That is 1 is to, okay, 1 is to 4, right? Okay, let's see what's the thing. Okay, fine. So here this is our index, and let me just take one. I said that I need to go from 1 till 4. So from 1 till 4 I have numbers 4, 3, 2 and 1. But the output which I have seen, the number was just printing was the 4, 3 and 2. Why not 1? Because here 1, it means that we do not include 1, right? Why? Because the index which we just give at the last. Now here I have written go from 1 till 4, right? It is 1 is to 4. Now 1 would be included, that is the value which is present at the first index, that would be taken, but the value which is present at the last index, that is 4, that would be not be taking. One value less than this 4 would be taking. So here let's say this is 4. So before 4, 3 comes, right? So my number would be just going till 3, and in the output it would be printing me 4, 3 and 2. It would not give me this 1 because it is lying at my fourth index. Now I have just mentioned this fourth index that okay, from 1 till print me till 4. So that means that you need to start from n but not end at 4. You need to end at 1 less than this 4. So 1 less than this 4 is 3. So that is why it just printed me the output till 3, and at 3 we were having a 2. So I got the output as 4, 3 and 2. Now let's go to Python and let's verify that. So here I just got the output as 4, 3 and 2. So this is the basic reason, and yeah, this reason was just followed in string slicing also, right? This was the same technique which we used, and this also was the exception that the last number, like whatever the last index we have given, on that whatever was the character, that was not included, right? So now let's take one more example. Let's take, I would write print, and then I would write A, and then bracket I would write 1 is 2, and now I will keep this blank empty, and now I would write 2. So what will happen here? I would just get the numbers as 4 and 2. Now how did I get this 4 and 2? Now quickly let's go to OneNote and let's see this thing also. So let me take my pen, and okay, just let me take a different color also. Now, what I mentioned is that I mentioned 1 is 2, I put this blank and I put the 2. Now, as I told in the syntax that the first is the start one, this middle is the end, and this like if you're writing something here, so that is the step. Now, step means that skip this much of number. So, when I started from 1, so it will just take this 4, okay? This 4 will be written. Now, I mentioned nothing here, so that means that you need to go till the till the last index, whatever the last index is in your array, you need to go till that. Okay, so it will go till this fourth index. Now I have written 2 here, so this means that skip one number. Now it is like, let's say I just wrote step 3. So what it will do, it will step 2 numbers, not 3 numbers. It will step 2 numbers. So if I would write, let's say 2, so it like this step is of a format of n minus 1. If I am writing then 2, so it will skip 2 minus 1, that is 1. It will skip one step. If I am writing 1, then it will not skip any number because 1. So if I just follow n minus 1 here, so I will be getting as 0. 0 means not to follow any step, okay? So that means this I have written 2. So that is that it would be skipping one number only. So it is a format of 1 minus 1, and that is why I just got the output as 4 and 2. Okay. So I hope you got the whole idea about the slicing technique if you haven't just like seen that thing. So yeah, we have just seen the output that, okay, let me run again, and we were getting the 4 and 2. Right. So this was about the 4 and 2. Now I will be doing the same thing for a 2D array, right? Now just let me comment this thing. and let me go down, and here let's say I would write b is equal to, and let's say I would make a one more area. Now here I would just clearing a 2D array. Okay, now let's say my 2D array is 1 comma 2. Okay, I would be writing 1 comma 2, and then I would be writing, let's say, 3 comma 4, then I would be writing 5 comma 6. Okay, where's my, I just missed that brackets, I'm writing 5 comma 6, and let me just put all these things inside one bracket also. And okay, now this is how basically we declare a 2D array, right? We have just seen all this thing. Now let's say let's print our array first. Okay, I'll be writing print and then b, and let's run this once. Okay, I got some error. Okay, I just like put the dot. So here I need to put a comma, right? So let's put that comma, and now let's run our program. So on running, I'll be getting my 2D array. So this is how our 2D array looks, right? So this was the example. Now, if I want to perform some operations on this 2D array, now what I would do? So here the syntax is like, on the 1D array, we were having the start, then end, and then step. Now we would be having this syntax two times in the sense, let me go to OneNote and then let me explain you this thing here. Okay, let me go down. Okay, let's write the thing here only. So the syntax for the 2D array is array name. So it is array name, then the bracket, and here it's start, and it's start comma, sorry, colon, end colon step. Okay, now here I would just put a comma this side, and now I would just write all the things once more. That is start is to, end is to stop. Now what does this, sorry, step. Okay, so sorry, let me write that thing once more, step. Now what does this mean? This means that we are just using a 2D array to, we need to give the slicing numbers two times. Okay, so the first one is for start, end, and step, and the second is start, end, and step. This one is for the first array, and this one is for the second array. As we are using 2D array, so we need to write these things two times, right? Now let's move towards the PyCharm and let's see an example for that. So here what I did, I just printed my array. Now if I want to do some string slicing, what I would do, I would write print, and in the bracket, let's say I would be putting 1 is to, and let's say I put a comma, and again I will write 1 is to, right? Now let's run it. So what did it give me? It gave me, so okay, let's do one thing. Let's comment this one, print b. Okay, let's comment, okay, hash, okay, done. Now I'm just running it for the lower one, and here I got the output as 4 and 6. Okay, so this one is the array which I just did the slicing, and for that I got the array. Now let's take one more example. I would be commenting this one. I would be writing downside that print, and in the print I would be using b. And now if I just put this colon and put a comma and again put this colon, so that means that you need to print everything from the starting till end. So as soon as I did this, I got my whole array in my output, right? So whenever one more thing here, that whenever I just put this semicolon blank, I did not write anything in start, and as well as I did not write anything in the ending. So that means that you need to print everything whatever is here, right? So whatever is the index, you need to print all of the values whatever were in your array. So it just printed me all the values, right? So just let me go to OneNote once more and just let me explain you quickly. And okay, let me revise you the format for writing the two-dimensional array, because I hope in the last video you have seen and you must have forgotten that, right? So we were writing the 2D array as I just make, okay, so just let me take this square and let me just write it as like this. Then let's make one line this side, then one this and one this. Okay, let's say I was writing 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And let's take a different color this side, right? So this one would be having a positive index as 0, and this would be having a positive index as 1. And it goes from 0, 1, 2, right? So this was about my positive index. And now let's say I would need to write the negative. So what I would do, so here I would be having a negative index as -2. Here I would be adding -1. And it would be going -3, -2, and -1. right? So this is the whole indexing about my 2D array. So like this we have just discussed in the previous video also, because like I just want to remind you this thing, right? So this was about the blank colons, which I just told you that if you're just putting that blank colon, that means you need to print everything whatever is in your array. Okay, so this was about the 2D and 1D array, that basically how we do slicing techniques and perform slicing techniques in arrays, and arrays were one dimensional and two dimensional. So I hope you just got the point about performing the slicing techniques in an array. So I hope you just got that video. If you have any doubts, you can rewatch the video, or you can just like ask it out in your comment box. Okay, so this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and bye bye.